Hi, my name is Peter Anderson. Thank you so much for listening. This is Question and Answer Friday. My videographer friend Herman is right in front of me.
Hello.
Yeah, so he's going to be answering some questions that I have no idea what they are. I'm very excited, so we'll get right at it.
What do I do if my partner has their eyes on other people?
Well, thank you for so much for saying that. So I want to break up some categories here. I have seen jealousy, healthy jealousy and unhealthy jealousy. So unhealthy jealousy start with that. Unhealthy jealousy is when you see your partner maybe noticing an attractive person and turning away. There are actually a lot of people that still struggle with that. And that's unhealthy because it's actually pretty normal for both partners to at times say, oh, that's an attractive person, and looking away. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, you and your partner will be doing that for the rest of your lives. But there are actually people out there that think that you can never do that, and that's extremely unhealthy. It is. And I would encourage you to try to get some help for that, because if you're looking at your partner every single time they may be, quote, looking at maybe somebody that's kind of attractive, that's not going to help. That's not going to help the relationship. However, there's a very healthy form of jealousy, and that's when you suspect that your partner is objectifying somebody. And if they're objectifying somebody, that's not good. And so what I would do is make that known to them ASAP, in the sense of, look, that person, for one, is your neighbor. You don't want to get too preachy here, but be pretty direct that this person's not just an object that you can just masturbate on. And when I see you do that, it makes me feel like I'm not valued in your eyes. And I understand that a lot of people can really struggle with that type of lust. And so it's hurtful. And so the first thing your partner needs to hear is that hurt from you, and receive it in a way where they take responsibility for their actions. That, it's wrong for me to objectify somebody, because again, that person's not just an object. And so what I would do is communicate your hurt. It's a real hurt, without trying to be super critical, because we could all be guilty of that. At the same time, communicate like how it hurts you. And because when that person's objectifying somebody else, it devalues you. And also it devalues them, and it devalues your partner, because there's so much more than that. And so I would just be upfront and honest and clear with your communication when you see your partner doing that.
What if, as I'm working on my self-improvement, I start to feel more distant to my partner? What should I do?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, and I also wanted to clarify too, when I said in that video, working on yourself, it's definitely not going on an island, going to Bali, drinking a margarita, and getting massages every day. That's not what I'm saying. Working on yourself are working on things that you feel that you have not worked on in years. So you're trying to make yourself a better person, right? You're trying to make yourself, how can I be more kind? How can my boundaries be more clear without them being aggressive or cutting people off? How can I be more gentle but firm in my words? How can I be more attuned to what people are saying to me? That's really what the challenge was and is to all of you. Now, if you notice that you're improving, you're getting better, and you're getting healthier, and you're even becoming a kinder person in a lot of ways, and yet you're starting to not see this person in the same way, then if you're not married, I would say start to ask yourself the questions on what's keeping you in, and have a real good, honest question on, and I sometimes see this, that maybe I got into this relationship because I was maybe codependent, or I was looking to this person to fulfill my needs, when really the more I'm fulfilling my own needs, I don't quite need this person as much anymore. And if that's the case, then you're in this kind of contractual relationship that's probably not healthy, that isn't healthy, in the sense that before you were, quote, using this person to fulfill something in you that was really your job. And now that you're doing that job, you're realizing this relationship isn't working. And if that's the case, for the sake of them, I would try to see if maybe it's best that we both move on, because that's not a good foundation. However, if you're married, and you've made a commitment and you're continuing to improve, because I put such importance in marriage, I see it as a promise and I see it as a commitment, then you want to encourage your partner to also do this with you. And you don't want to be the only one that's continuing to self-improve and get better while your partner also doesn't get better. Here's the thing, when you improve yourself, you actually build trust. When I take care of my body and I take care of my sleep and I'm taking the proper medications, my wife trusts me more. If I don't do those things, her trust actually goes down. In the same way, your trust will actually increase when your partner improves. And so those are the two challenges and suggestions that I would make.
So what's a simple strategy or a simple way to avoid contempt seeping into the relationship?
Stating your needs, stating what those are, knowing what your needs are. Let's just start with that. What are your needs? A lot of people, the reason why they're holding on to so much contempt is because they're caring for everybody. In fact, the most compassionate people that I've ever met are also the most contemptuous, because they put everybody ahead of themselves, which is actually what's building a lot of contempt. Contempt really comes from a place of like, look at how many sacrifices I've made, and this person never notices me. The problem there is that person often doesn't hear your own needs, because either you're too ashamed of them, you don't know what they are, or you feel selfish for communicating your needs. You have to get out of that mindset. You do, because that's exactly what's feeding the bitterness inside of you. I know you think that if you state your needs clearly that you're somehow being selfish, but that's a lie. That's a total lie. And so you have to. And so I would immediately get to know, what are my needs? What are my basic needs? I need you to come home and give me a kiss. Okay, start with that. I need you to watch the child for our kids for 10 minutes while I go upstairs and just get a little breather. Okay, start with that. I need to go to church on Sunday. Okay, start with that. Whatever it is, that's not selfish of you. Because if you hold that in and hold that in and hold that in while doing everything for everybody else, you're going to be utterly miserable. And so I would know what those needs are, but also, again, you want to come across as assertive, not mean. And so tell this person what you feel. Tell this person how you are building a sense of disgust, which is not healthy for the two of y'all. And you want to rework a different type of emotion, the emotion of intimacy. And it starts with just knowing those basic necessities. And that's where I would go, without feeling shame for it in the very beginning. Thanks again so much for listening. My name is Peter Anderson, and if you would, just click on the link below. In fact, we have a great course, great special today, where you can just get a monthly membership for this cost of a copay, fraction of a cost of private session. You can improve your relationship right now, right away. And I would just encourage you to look at our courses and sign up right away. Thanks for listening.